stepping into the cage for his 4th title fight this year against Peter Yan. Their first fight was a one-sided masterclass from the Machine, but despite that, a surprising number of fans still believe Yan can pull it off in the rematch. And that debate has fired up the entire MMA world. On their latest show, Kamaru Usman and Henry Cejudo broke down the fight and kept it as real as possible. Both admitted that Peter Yan absolutely has the power and boxing to land that one perfect shot that could change everything. But the deeper the two went into the matchup, the more it became clear that Merab's pressure, his pace, and his endless gas tank are just too much to bet against. Even with Yan's knockout threat, they both ended up siding with the champ. Then Sean O'Malley dropped his own technical analysis, and for once he did not give his usual gimmicky Suga breakdown. He went into the details, laying out the only realistic path to a Peter Yan upset this weekend. But even after all that technical talk, he also picked Merab to retain. Let's dive into what Suga had to say.
The only way I see Yan beating him is Merab's getting confident in his hands. You know, he damn near knocked out Corey Sandhagen, but he's punching more. He did it with Umar too, where he was, you know, kind of throwing some more combos. And he did it with Corey. Peter's someone you got to be careful with on like keeping your chin up, because he'll capitalize. He's got such good counters. He's fast. He'll sit in the pocket. He'll trade. But Merab's just, I mean, he's got, I think his fight IQ is smarter than his regular IQ, and he's got a good fight IQ. So I think he's gonna go up. I don't think he's gonna necessarily sit and try to trade with him, but you never know.
So ultimately you're leaning towards Merab unless he kind of falls in love with the striking and gets caught.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I'm thinking.
The heavyweight division continues to hang in limbo. After Jon Jones officially retired, MMA fans were hoping the division would finally start moving forward, but that hasn't exactly happened. The recent eye poke controversy had Tom Aspinall speaking out, firing back at critics, including Dana White. He didn't hold back, calling them effing losers and crazy haters with nothing good going on in their lives. As of now, no reschedule has been announced and the division remains in limbo. Meanwhile, Joe Rogan is already hyping the next big name in heavyweight, Gable Steveson. The Olympic gold medalist has been making waves with some insane knockouts, and Rogan is pushing hard for the UFC to sign him, claiming he could be the next superstar of the division. Steveson isn't just hype. He's been training with former heavyweight champion Jon Jones, who has also been vocal about getting him signed. With his mix of elite wrestling, knockout power, and star potential, Gable could shake up the division once he finally makes his UFC debut. The heavyweight scene might be stalled now, but hopefully things get sorted in next few months. Now let's see what Rogan had to say about Gable Steveson.
The heavyweight division is so devoid of talent.
Yeah.
Gable Steveson is the fucking guy.
Yeah.
That's the guy. That's the guy. He's not even in the UFC yet.
Yeah.
I mean, that Olympic gold medalist, fucking freak athlete, 250 pounds, moves like a cat. That's the guy that I sent a text message to Dana White. I sent him a video of Gable's last fight. I said, everyone's fucked. Everyone's fucked when this guy comes out. He KO'd this guy with a left hand. And then took him down as he was knocked out. When he fought in dirty boxing, he knocks the guy out and then he leaps over the top rope and lands on the apron. Just leaps over the top rope with, like, effortless.
Yeah.
Ilia Topuria pulled up at UFC 323 to visit Merab Dvalishvili ahead of his rematch with Peter Yan, and right after that, he hopped on a Georgian YouTube channel for a quick interview. Naturally, they asked him about the newly announced Paddy Pimblett versus Justin Gaethje fight, and Ilia did not hold back at all. When Justin's name came up, Ilia straight up trashed him. He downplayed Justin's entire game, saying he has no real grappling threat and quits fast when things get tough on the ground. It was a pretty sharp take, especially considering Gaethje has been nothing but respectful toward Ilia. Justin openly praised his punching power and the way Topuria mixes his striking, so hearing El Matador fire back like that felt a bit uncalled for to a lot of fans, but at the same time, nobody who follows Topuria was shocked. This is who he is. He talks crazy about almost everyone on the roster, whether they gave him credit or not. A potential Topuria versus Gaethje showdown would be absolute chaos, but first, first, the highlight needs to get past Paddy Pimblett, which is a very hard task. El Matador is expected to face the winner of this fight in spring, with #1 contender Arman Tsarukyan watching action closely.
AG is a terrible fighter. His grappling is just atrocious. I don't even know how to describe it. I was cage side during his fight with Khabib, and I can tell you that even before he went inside the octagon, he looked scared. He shit himself basically. He claimed to be this good wrestler defensively, but bro, what the hell was that? You know what I noticed in him? He was sure that if the fight hit the ground, the fight would be over. His confidence was never existent. He was scared. Even when Khabib put him in a choke, he didn't even try to get out. He just gave up. Obviously, Khabib is the better grappler. We all know that. But to give up like that? Pathetic. I wouldn't even give him a white belt in jiu-jitsu, to be honest. Even during stand-up, Gaethje was shelled up weirdly, like he was scared, you know? None of these fighters are on the same level as me. I'm different.
Islam Makhachev has spoken out after UFC Qatar, and he had big praise for Arman Tsarukyan. Islam said Arman did exactly what a #1 contender is supposed to do, and that he expected Arman to win, but not in that kind of domination over Dan Hooker. Islam says Arman didn't just win, he made a real statement and showed he's earned his title shot. Then Islam admitted he actually regrets not moving up to welterweight earlier. He talked about how, for years, he forced himself to cut massive amounts of weight, even when he was already a champion. But in his recent welterweight fight, he wasn't smaller, he felt equal in size, and that made him realize he could have moved up a long time ago, instead of draining himself all these years. And while Islam's reign at 170 is grabbing global headlines, Shavkat Rakhmonov quietly stepped in and threw gasoline on the fire. Shavkat questioned how impressive Islam's win over JDM actually is. We'll dive into that in a minute. A fight between Rakhmonov and Islam would be huge, especially in the Russian region where he's already a massive star. Remember, even the rumors of him fighting Khamzat Chimaev years ago blew up the entire Russian MMA community. Now add Islam's name to that mix, and suddenly one of the coldest undefeated talents on the roster is openly circling the new 2-division champion.
Were you surprised at how dominant Islam looked in his 170-pound debut against JDM a couple of weekends ago?
Yeah, I believe Islam had a great performance, but I also want to find out for myself, is it JDM had such a bad performance, or Islam had such a good performance? I believe I'm a universal fighter. I can make it hard for him everywhere. So, yeah, I just want to find out for myself what's going to happen.
Meanwhile, a big surprise in the lightweight division might be on the way. Top welterweight Sean Brady has openly revealed that he is seriously considering dropping to 155, and the chances of that happening are very high. He says the cut is doable, and stylistically, the fights down there interest him way more. Brady is coming off a knockout loss to the undefeated Michael Morales, who is quietly building his own case to chase Islam Makhachev's throne. If Brady really makes that drop, the lightweight division gets even more chaotic. Who would you like to see Brady face in his potential lightweight debut? Leave your thoughts